Hello and welcome back to 98.7 Boston ESPN Sports Talk Radio. I'm Henry Dodds, your host, along with Tripp and Steven. We're going to be talking some Boston Red Sox trade deadline stuff. Get to us with your opinions. Call us at 781-ESPN Boston. Tell us what you think the Red Sox should do with the trade deadline. Tripp, let's start with you. What do you think the Red Sox overall strategy should be going into this trade deadline?
Well, they may trade some of their older players, maybe a pitcher like Jake Peavy, and give room for some young pitchers. One of the pitchers being Alex Webster, who had made a few appearances with the Red Sox, pitched well in those appearances.
So you think the Red Sox would be more sellers at the trade deadline and try and get rid of some of their veteran players?
I think that's what they'll end up doing.
What do you think, Steven? Do you think a Jake Peavy trade would be a good idea? Maybe John Lackey?
I do think that's a good idea. Maybe John Lackey or Jake Peavy, just like you said. They could trade for them for some prospects so they can start to rebuild the team, since it doesn't look like they're going to get very far this year with their current status.
Yeah, I definitely think you get more of a return on John Lackey, but Jake Peavy maybe is a guy you would want to trade more because he hasn't been as productive. All right, we're going to go to the phone lines now to Ryan and Waltham with his opinion on the Kevin Love situation. Is that right?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, guys. Love the show. I just want to know, I'm a big basketball fan. Kevin Love, where's he going to go?
Well, I think there's a couple options for Kevin Love right now. He's got, obviously, the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have Andrew Wiggins that they can trade for him. There's the Golden State Warriors, who are very close to a deal earlier, but unless they throw in Klay Thompson so far, trade talks there are at a standstill. And now a third team has moved into the mix. The Chicago Bulls, a bit of a surprise team, are now making a push for the Minnesota Timberwolves star forward. What do you think, Steven? Where's Kevin Love going to end up?
Well, I think that even though these are a lot of great options for the Timberwolves, I think he's going to stay with the Timberwolves, even though he personally doesn't necessarily love that idea. But I think that they're going to give him an offer that he can't refuse when it's free agency next year.
Yeah, I think that this trade talks just stall for another 30 days at least because Andrew Wiggins signed that rookie contract and there's a 30-day trade. You can't trade him within the first 30 days. But I think he will eventually get traded. If not by the start of the season, by the trade deadline, he will be on a different team other than the Minnesota Timberwolves because Minnesota does not want to lose him for nothing in free agency. What do you think, Tripp?
Well, we probably won't know until closer to the start of the season, maybe by October. A lot of stuff can change between now and the start of the season. Something could fall through. Something new could come up. Depends on what the Timberwolves are probably going to be preferring.
Yeah, definitely right now, I'd say the main team that he might go to is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Obviously, LeBron wants him on that team. They have the best assets to trade, but there are always options for Kevin Love. All right, we're going to go to commercial now, but we'll be back taking your calls on 98.7 ESPN Boston Sports Talk.